Okay, so the mistake I was making, because as I was said, during the construction, I thought this was too deep and it was too close together, because instead of using from pitch line to pitch line, I was using from point to point. So this value of 0.06545 needs to come from the pitch line and go straight up, offset for our mirror. That will make a wider tooth so that our bottom will be better. So I'm sorry, let's try that again. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to do that very same process. So we have our block in place, okay, and it's just the tooth profile now that we're creating. We're going to scooch in here right by our right plane and our top plane. We're going to draw a line from the intersection on the top there across that pitch line circle, right about like that. And then we want to dimension that to be 20 degrees. So sorry. 20 degrees. Now we are going to go back underneath here. So on the pitch line, we're going to draw a construction line going straight up. And then we're going to offset a construction line 0.06545. Not from the top of the tooth, but from the pitch line instead. So we're going to go into construction mode. We're going to draw a line from where the pitch line is, which is that top plane. Go straight up, middle mouse button, and then end that command, select that line and do an offset. Okay, so it's going to offset automatically from the line that we have selected. We're going to say okay, and we're going to change that value, double click on that value, 0.06545, and then enter. It's going to be better. You can see it already. This line that we just created is our mirror line. This is the correct placement of the mirror line. Okay, so I'm going to click off of that. We're going to take the construction mode off. We're going to select our angled line and we're going to mirror it over the construction line we just created. There we go. So that is in place. Now we're going to create a line. We're going to connect this on the very top. Okay. And then we're going to reselect it, do our offset from here. I'm going to go down, but if you need to move that to go in the opposite direction, go ahead. And my value, that full depth, is going to be the 0.15. There we go. Oh, much wider at the bottom there. That's exactly what we want. Now we want to get rid of, delete segment, the items on the bottom here, so that this is our tooth now. And we need a depth of the 0.15 from the top. Thank you for catching that, James. I was just not seeing that. Now we're going to put our fillets in at the bottom here. So we're going to do the fillet command, select each one of those lines, and then we're going to middle mouse button to stop the command, and then double click 0.01667 is going to be the one radius. And then the other radius, fill it again to the other side. Now there's two ways that we could do this. We could middle mouse button and we could re-put a radius back on there of 0.01667, or we can make it equal to the other one. And that's what I'm going to show you here. So either way really works. So I'm going to unselect off of there. I'm going to go up to my relations where I see the equal sign. And I'm going to click on the radius that I added already, and then the radius that I just added. And now you're going to notice those two are going to be equal. So that way, if you change the one dimension, they'll both update at the same time. Okay. You'll notice that our profile here is pink on the inside, so that means it's good. Just move this over. Come on. And I'm going to check my feature requirements. They look good. And now I would be ready to finish up and do my extrude. Any questions before we do the extrude? You guys got all those dimensions in there in the right place this time? What was that? when you're doing this, it crosses over. So you're putting in the right value and yours is wider like we have here. Yep. And then did you leave your mirror line in place? Your mirror line. So the other side is mirrored, right? I'd have to look individually. I'm not exactly sure right now why. So let me just finish the command and we can check it out. So now we're ready to hit OK. And we're back in our extrude command. So I'm going to just kind of rotate this around. Make sure you're on remove material. And then we want to change this to symmetric. And we need to just make it something larger than 3/4 of an inch. So I'm just going to go 1 inch. So it goes out beyond the sides. And now that's our first cut for our first tooth. Okay. And then what we're going to do is we are now going to pattern it so that we get 22 teeth along. All right. Probably a good idea to rename. We'll just call this tooth profile. Okay. And then now we're going to select that tooth profile and we're going to pattern this. So we're going to click pattern. We're going to change from dimension to direction. Okay. And then we're going to go down here into the direction. We're going to click here. And what we want to do is we want to select, let's see, direction. We want to select this, the front edge of our part right here, because we want to go along this direction. We want it to be horizontal. Okay. Then we're going to go into the number of members. We're going to do 22 because it's 22 teeth. And then the spacing is going to be our value of our circular pitch. So 0.2618. Okay. Now, right now it's previewing my teeth going to the left. So all I have to do is on where it says edge 1, I'm just going to change the direction. You can toggle that. And now it's going to change the direction to the other side. And this looks good. So I'm going to hit OK. And now all of our teeth are in place. Okay. I'm going to do a file save. And I'm going to stop the recording.